Hello everyone and welcome to the FilmBunker podcast. My name is Nick and we're here to talk about movies and TV and all that shit. And today I'm joined by Karen Kerr, aka Mr. Orange, Simon Hall, aka Mr. Blue.
I know who that is.
Ben Yaxley, aka Mr. Brown.
I also know who that is, but I found out like 5 seconds ago.
Matt Lind, aka Mr. Blonde.
Let me get something out of my car.
You're not going to cut off any of our ears, are you?
Ears?
Ugh.
And last of all, Kelsey Clark, aka Mrs. Pink. And I just realised I called you Mr. Orange. Oh well.
Really?
I prefer the Mr. Orange because it goes with the setting more. Like,
Yeah.
It does.
That's
you
fair
don't need
enough.
to gender it just
Don't
because I'm
need
a
to
woman.
Equality, man.
Yeah. Like in Star Trek, they call all the women Sir, so
Yeah,
you can call me
everyone's
Mr.
Sir.
Orange.
Do they
It's
really?
fine.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they do.
I did not
Everyone's
know
Sir.
that. Yeah.
Oh, makes sense.
What's everyone's favourite Tarantino movie?
Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown, I was going to say.
Jackie Brown.
It's a good one.
Mm.
Jackie Brown.
Apparently that's what I meant to say.
Yes,
so.
go with the flow.
I think Reservoir Dogs is mine, probably.
Nice. Probably Reservoir Dogs, but it's been so long since I've actually seen it.
I like the one with the car and lots of people die.
Death
That's
Proof.
pretty-
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
That's
Hey, is there any reason that the guy that I was a real life criminal?
No.
Okay, good. I was wondering. He
He's
didn't die at the start of the movie, or did he? I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't remember what happens.
I
with
can't
Mr.
remember.
Blue.
He's not in the film a lot.
Yeah, no, doesn't he go back with Mr. Orange? And then, isn't that...
That is
That's Mr. Blue?
plausible.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
maybe.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's holding him for a lot of the movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's holding him in the thing until like Mr. Blonde shows up and fucks everything up.
All right.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, makes sense.
So should we go into some news for this week?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Nah.
No?
Yeah,
Just
I'm not
forgo
like it.
the
I'm not a
news.
fan.
Just forgo the news.
I'm not a fan of the news.
Let's do the bunker battle.
Can we make like an hour and a half bunker battle?
Yeah.
Let's make it a long one. Make
Yeah,
it real
let's-
difficult.
Let's not do that.
What news is there?
Well, the Captain Marvel trailer got released, and that's probably the biggest piece of news this week.
Mm-hmm.
What did everyone think?
Haven't seen it, but I bet you Brie Larson looks gorgeous.
Or punchable, one might say. Or...
In the nicest way, like a tropical punch.
She looks like she could take a punch like a champ.
She does.
Right?
She's gorgeous, but
We're
she
having
just...
this conversation again.
Because there's so much justification that needs to be put into it, because it makes no sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. No, it doesn't.
She looks tough.
She does look tough, but there's better ways to saying that than she.
Yeah,
she's
absolutely. There are a million and one better ways to say it.
I mean, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm kind of sad because with that release came the news that like Chris Evans is definitely done.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm a little bit sad because it kind of, we know that her presence will mean like his definite departure. So that's kind of sad in a way that like she's going to basically just take up that spot, I would say. But I'm excited. It looked good. I like that it's set in the, I guess, 80s?
Nice.
It's
90s.
Yeah.
And that they're doing the secret, whatever it was called, Secret Warriors.
They'd be doing Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion, yeah. Scrolls, yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson's just playing with a Tamagotchi the whole time.
And that's what I would do if I went back to the 90s.
Wannabe's just in the background for like, you know, a good segment of the movie.
Yeah.
It sounds awesome.
So is Evans doing the next Avengers and then he's
Yeah,
out?
I think
Probably,
yeah, like his contract is done and he's kind of said, yep, I'm done.
It's like a pseudo changing of the guard, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
after the next Avengers movie.
Yeah,
Seems like it. And
They'll
then-
probably put her in as the leader of
The leader.
Avengers, I guess. Which to me, I don't mind, but at the same time, she's supposedly been off planet for God knows how long now. So she's gonna just turn back up and be like, "Hey, yeah, I'm the defender of your planet now."
what happens to Captain America? Either dies or like, I'm retired. See ya.
More than likely,
definitely
he
Dies.
retired. Absolutely.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
No, he'll
Happy
He's
ending.
for sure gonna die.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to see him live, but then just be like, I resign from the Avengers.
Yeah, no. they'll kill him, he'll get shot, then
Yeah.
he'll be brought back 20 years in the future with the magical bullet story, whatever the hell that was.
He can't do it for insurance reasons.
That's unfortunate.
He has to step back.
But the de-aging on Samuel Jackson and who plays Coulson again?
Clark Gregg.
Clark
Yeah.
Gregg, yeah.
That looks incredible.
It looks nuts, yeah.
Yeah.
way better than the Tony Stark one? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it looks like they've gone leaps and bounds with the Tony Stark one, really, from that one. Because he does look... But also, they probably have a lot more of him.
Yeah, a lot more of a frame of reference for
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson, probably. He looks exactly like he looked like in the 90s, really.
Yeah. And I'm guessing because Samuel L. Jackson's playing quite a large role too, so they may have even just forked out a little bit more money and effort as well, knowing that he was like an important character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll probably get to see how he loses his eye, I presume,
Probably.
in this
You'd
universe.
assume
Well, yeah,
so,
like
yeah.
they have that.
Chopstick incident.
It could be really mundane.
Yeah.
Well, it had that line where it was like, "Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye." So I'm guessing something's going to happen. Like maybe he's going to be a bit more innocent and like, you know, I believe in the system, and then he's going to get screwed over somehow in this movie.
Yeah, because he almost, like, I don't think he's playing a cop, but it's kind of almost framed in the trailer that he's a cop, when I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to be, because that would make no sense.
I thought he was going to be on his way, like he was thinking of leaving S.H.I.E.L.D. is what I heard.
Okay.
That he's like in his early days, but he's already fed up with it and thinking of leaving. Then he meets her.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
That makes more sense.
And she pokes his eye out and gave a chicken. He's like, "That's the last time I trust anyone."
I think as a trailer, though, I was a little underwhelmed by it. It looks good. It looks fine.
It's fine, yeah.
It looks like a movie. I feel like they could have gone a bit cooler with the trailer, but that's just me.
They might do another one closer.
Yeah, I just, for the first look, I was a bit
Yeah.
like, yeah, that looks like a movie.
I mean, come on, she punches an old lady in the face on a train.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
that's the best bit.
The old lady should have looked like she could take a punch.
I keep forgetting it's coming out next year.
Yeah.
I always think it's the end of this year.
It's got a big hype up.
It does.
It's going to be interesting.
It really
I
does.
think that they're doing that because of her place in the universe.
Yeah,
Like they're
yeah.
trying to make us
You-
like her
yeah.
before we even see her.
You
Yeah.
will
To be on
respect
board.
this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm mostly excited just for Brie Larson, because I do like Brie Larson.
I think she's really good.
She's great, yeah, absolutely.
And Ronan's back, and I like that character a lot. And I was really sad that they killed him in Guardians, so it's cool to see him again in probably what's going to be a better characterization of what he actually is, I think, versus what Guardians did to him.
Yeah.
They made him this weird space terrorist, which was odd.
Mm.
But yeah, being like an actual commander of the Kree will make more sense. Yeah, and then it's Jude Law who's playing. I can't remember what his
Marvel.
character's actually called, but everyone knows it's Marvel.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when Star Trek Into Darkness were like, oh, Benedict Cumberbatch is playing a villain, and everyone's like, it's Khan. And they were like, no, it's a mystery
Yeah, it's
villain.
Khan. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
Khan,
Khan, guys. We know.
Stop trying.
And then in the movie, it's like, my name is Khan. And we're like, yeah. And
We guessed that
Proceed.
a while
Yeah.
ago. On the Marvel train, there's also news of some miniseries that are going to be on. Is it Disney's streaming?
Disney
Yeah.
service?
streaming, I'm pretty
Disney
sure,
streaming.
Yeah. So one with Loki and one with Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
Correct.
the way that Kevin however you
I
say
think
his
it's
name.
Feige.
Feige. Yeah.
Kevin Feige said in an interview that he wanted to give the characters that wouldn't really get their own movies a shot at more development. So he's doing it with those kind of smaller characters that they don't want to put the budget of a movie onto for like a blockbuster release, but instead they're going to give a high production budget for a miniseries instead, and to try and get the streaming service off the ground, I think, which is a good way to do it, because now I'm like, oh, I want that now.
Yeah, now it actually seems worthwhile to get the streaming service, because before it was just
Yeah.
other Disney
Yeah.
movies
Well,
and stuff
yeah,
like
they're
that.
shifting
Yeah.
everything across,
Yeah.
which you don't seem to realize until you're going through Netflix and you're like, they
Everything's
own like most of this
yeah,
stuff.
it's
Yeah.
disappearing.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I don't like this whole segregation of the streaming service. Just makes life difficult, really.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Too much paying for too many different things, in my opinion.
Something's going to give eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all going to.
Something's going to collapse.
Well, some already have, like Yahoo 7 did a streaming service, Yahoo Purple or whatever it was called, and they did it with Community as their tentpole.
That's
Like,
right,
They
I
did
remember
that as
that.
its
Well, after Community ended, it just died in the water.
Yeah.
Because it's all it had.
It's
Yeah.
all it had, and also it wasn't that great of a streaming service anyway.
No,
So I tried to
yes.
watch Community on it, and it
Wasn't
just was
good.
not good.
Mm.
But you didn't have to pay for it from memory.
I thought you did.
No,
I don't think you did.
No.
No,
It was
it's
like
free. It was
SBS
free.
on demand style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like catch up stuff.
It was And I think it made its money through ads. So that's how it made
Makes
the money.
sense.
Mhm.
It was very low quality, and the site looked bad.
It did.
Don't
You
know what
didn't-
Disney's site's going to look like, though.
You'd
That's
ass-
going to be really interesting.
You'd assume it'd be good.
It's going to be a weird mix of... No, I'm sure it'll look good, but I mean...
Oh, you mean
it's
actual
like,
content?
Yeah, like, it's going to be a weird mix of things, I feel.
Yeah, because
Because are they going to
That's
take, like,
what
some
aesthetic?
of their... Yeah,
What
like...
aesthetic can you go with? Because they own HBO, don't they? And all sorts.
No,
No, they own
no.
ABC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to have a weird mix of everything. Are they going to take all of those other studios' stuff that they own as well at the same time? Or is it only going to be things that are under the Disney banner?
I think that if they were smart, they would take ABC shows too.
yeah,
Just to have more content
That
on
makes
there.
sense.
Because it is going to start off cheaper, from what I heard. It's going to start off at like $7 a month or something. So that should be, I think, a bit more palatable for people. But most people, when it was announced, were saying, well, I can just buy the Disney movies or I can get them
Yeah.
any other way. I don't want Disney movies on demand all the time.
Mm.
Maybe for kids.
I was going to say the only benefit I could see this would be if you had children,
Yeah.
basically.
But now they're doing these things. And I think there's rumours of Star Wars TV series.
Yeah, Star
in the
Wars TV
works.
Clone
series.
Wars, and
Yeah.
we'll
They're
go
doing
on it
another
for
one in
sure.
Resistance as well, aren't they? They're making
Yeah.
a new
Yes.
one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they'll probably put a few things on there.
I wish they would just give up on that A New Hope series of Star Wars.
Well, how much
Clone
time
Wars
is left?
Clone Wars is good.
They've
Clone-
kind of
yeah.
filled in
Yeah.
most places, haven't they? Before you get to A New Hope.
Everything that comes out, even comics lately, has just been set in between
3 and 4.
yeah,
Yeah.
3 and 4. And it's just like Clone Wars is fine because at least that's in between 2 and 3 and it
Yeah.
fills in a sizable gap.
Yeah.
But like that gap is just, it's so oversaturated and the stories just, they've done enough. They've done
They
enough.
have.
Just move on. Do
Yeah.
something else. Do something either way in the past or something way in the future and just give us something new.
I think go way in the future because it just gives you so much leeway
Yeah.
with
Mm.
what you can work with.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think they don't want to go way in the future, mostly because of the new movies coming out.
Yeah, true.
They don't want
It'll
to contradict things and
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to have things, even if it's like 1,000 years in the future or something, which the Legends series now,
Mm.
which has got decannoned from Disney, it went like thousands and thousands
Yeah.
of years into the future,
Mm.
but they just went, nah, it's all, gone.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I don't think they want to do anything because of the movies, and they don't want to contradict things that come out in the mainline movies.
That just sucks though.
yeah,
It's understandable, like, with profit, though. That's their
Oh, yeah,
money
for
makers,
sure.
like,
Yeah. Absolutely.
but yeah, we're just losing out on decent storytelling. Really.
Exactly.
I feel like prequels are getting a bit that way for everything, though. A lot of things are suddenly like, it's set before the people you knew were who you knew, and it just is getting a bit tiresome for me
Yeah,
Mm.
with all that. Like, Star Trek's Discovery was set between Enterprise and the original series, but looks newer.
yeah.
So you spend the entire time like, oh wow, this looks great.
Yeah, Star Trek has a massive problem with that, though.
Yeah.
They have a massive problem with the fact that whenever they set anything before the original series, it looks dumb because it looks all shiny and new compared to
Yeah.
what the actual 60s series
Exactly.
looked like.
Mm.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
You had to have that retro feel to it, I think, but they didn't. They went full on, space epic with it.
Yeah, there was some things that like helped it fit, but there was some things where it's like half the time, if they had that technology that they had in Discovery in the original series, it's
Yeah.
like, well, why didn't they use it then? It doesn't make any sense.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like more people want to see the future's future. They don't really want to see the future's past as
Yeah.
much,
Mm.
and I don't think people understand that. But I think it's because when you do a prequel or you do something between two kind of storylines that they may have going on in a franchise, it just means you've got more opportunity for people who are dead or people who are in the originals can kind of have a cameo and
Mm.
that kind of thing. So it's kind of like before Kirk, it was these people, so that you can, I think, align there with the characters you know already.
Mm.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it just restricts the stories far too much now.
I think it's also mostly gets done because it can be satisfying for audiences for there to be two stories and then for the connections to be made between those two, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but Rogue One did that quite well.
It
But
did.
then we didn't need Solo.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. But that's probably why they're focusing on doing that,
Yeah.
honestly.
Well, that's why I'd be interested to see with this Loki and Scarlet Witch one.
How it connects to
Yeah,
everything.
like what are they planning on doing? Like, because I think we've mentioned this before. Like, are they going to stick with the whole Loki is dead thing,
Yeah.
or is it
Yeah.
going to be like So they're going to do his stories beforehand. If they're going to do his stories beforehand, we've seen that version of Loki. Just personally, I'm over it. The whole trickster. Haha, remember I'm evil? It's like, okay, how many times are we going to fall for that? So I don't know if I'm going to be all that keen. Scarlet Witch, like, she was no one until she had her powers. She was just living in Sokovia and doing her thing.
I'm really hoping that Scarlet Witch is going to be set in the present or set as a side story.
It would be boring as shit if it was set before she
because you see her with, you know, her relationship with Vision's really cool, and you see her in the Avengers Mansion as a functioning member of the Avengers, but she's not a main kind of character. So it'd be interesting to see a smaller thing that she has to manage. And it also allows for, you know, those couple of bankable cameos that might come in, and it makes it a bit more connected and feel like more of a universe. Whereas if they went, oh, she's in a prison in Sokovia with Quicksilver, it will just get dull and dark.
Yeah.
And I don't think it would really suit what they're trying to build either with this new streaming service. Because if they want us to get excited about it, we want to see new Avengers content, really.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not interested in this at all. Like, that's not going to motivate me to sign up for the streaming service.
I probably won't either, to be totally honest.
I wouldn't either.
Actually, no. I keep saying that, but then you bring up Star Wars or Clone Wars, and I'm like, actually,
That's the issue.
I would probably be the only thing I'd watch on that.
Yeah, the only thing I'd be interested in that. I'd be interested in the Scarlet Witch series. I would not be interested in the Loki series, especially if I just want him to stay dead. It just have some consequences from Infinity War, because we know it's resetting anyway. But like, some people have to stay dead.
And his death was good. It was like, cool, that is the end.
Yeah.
You are done.
It was a good emotional-ish kind of death. It wasn't that bad.
It was a good way to start the movie. Honestly.
Oh no, it's a great way to start.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're like, this is the ballpark we're playing in.
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. So if he came back, it'd just be like,
Do we know when the those series are airing compared to like the new movies coming out?
I'm not sure.
I don't think they've even started filming, to be honest. So
they just announced them.
So they may be coming out after the next Avengers.
Oh, they would be. Yeah,
okay.
Easily.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
100%.
interesting.
Also, don't know how long they'd be.
They said miniseries, and they're going to be self-contained miniseries as well. So I'd say
6 to 8.
6 to 8 usually is what they'll call a miniseries.
Mm.
And then also you need to remember that Disney are currently in the works of getting all the Fox stuff in their repertoire.
Yeah,
so
true.
that may go on there as well. And there's all the Fox things that they can do. So they're really accumulating, I think, quite a lot of content they can put on there.
I might get the streaming service for classic Simpsons. Not gonna lie.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a
over
good
there.
point, actually. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I can believe I forgot the Fox.
If they did, I don't know. Would they move Fox over? Who knows?
Again, they would
don't-
be
you
stupid if
don't
they
know.
didn't.
Yeah.
They would be really stupid if they bought the rights for however many billion they bought Fox for and then
not
not
do it.
capitalize on it. Because the whole thing that they are kind of trying to do is they
Own
want
the world.
they want a monopoly on cinema, essentially.
Yeah.
And I think
Almost
that
there.
yeah.
No one
So-
messes with the mouse.
Yeah, I love that we're being taken over by a cartoon mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Good old Disney.
Just as Hitler predicted.
I, for one, welcome our new mouse overlords.
I voted for Kodos.
Don't blame me, I voted for Goofy.
So going on to the next piece of news, after all this talk we've done about Bond, they finally announced the director for the 25th installment, and it's a guy called Cary Fukunaga. And has anyone ever heard of him? I want to ask first before I tell you about him. 'cause I know you
Absolutely
won't.
not.
I
He's handsome.
googled him 10 minutes before we started.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's all I know about him.
Yeah.
I know that he looks kind of handsome. Handsome dude. Yeah.
So, directing credits wise, he directed that new Maniac series that's got Emma Stone
Right.
and
yeah.
Oh,
I've been hearing
that
really
one.
good things about that.
I do want to watch that, actually.
yeah. So that's supposed to be really good. And he directed Beasts of No Nation in 2015, which is I'm not really sure about that one. Do you know about it?
I've seen
heard
it.
of it.
I've seen it. It's a really strange.
Is it a documentary or is
No,
it
it's like a really independent kind of film. I saw it years and years ago at a screening, but it's kind of about a tribal kind of nation.
Yeah, that looks
almost.
looks like what it is.
And it's about like a small child navigating their life, and it's very atmospheric, and it's about childhood from memory.
Okay.
So yeah, it's very independent, very filmy almost.
So the two interesting things that he's done in reference to Bond is that he directed True Detective for 8 episodes.
Okay.
And he directed the Jane Eyre movie in 2001. It's a weird, really weird mix of stuff.
What True Detective episodes? I guess, or wouldn't it say?
Yeah, I'd have to check.
I guess what season more so?
I think it's from the first season, as far as I can see.
They were well directed. That's actually probably where I recognise his name from. Because I when I heard the name, I was like, I've seen that written somewhere, and I do think it pops up on the title credits of True Detective.
Well, that'd be really interesting then. Like, I don't know what kind of tone he's going to set at all. Is it still Daniel Craig as Bond?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's his last one.
I
We've
think
said
it
before.
should be his last one,
Yeah,
at least.
which is
If it's-
fair enough.
If it's not in his contract, it should be.
I think it is. Yeah, he's over it. You can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think him talking about slitting his wrists as a preference.
He's been pretty
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
cool about how he feels about the whole thing.
That's unfortunate.
It is, because just get rid of him then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Just
because
break
I'm
the
sure
contract.
Yeah.
actors would want it.
Break
Like,
the contract. Like, fuck it.
And also, it's not very good optics for MGM because they're
No.
trying to be like, look, new Bond, and everyone's like, he hates being there. We don't want to see it.
And you can tell.
When Bond doesn't like Bond, it's
Yeah.
time to maybe think about rebooting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because Bond has its own kind of style anyway, so he has
Yeah.
to.
There's not much you
I-
can actually play with.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to revolutionise or challenge too much. I think it'll
No,
be very
they've,
much-
they've hired someone that they can push around and tell what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let the second unit film what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I'm
literally
sure.
what
I'm
they're
sure he'll
doing.
do a competent job. I mean, True Detective's got a good atmosphere. It'll probably have that kind of gritty aesthetic that Bond sort of got since
Yeah.
Casino Royale.
Yeah, if you can bring like some of that in, then it
Mm.
might be a bit more interesting. I'm just still looking up which season it was he actually directed, so I'll have that in a second.
And you said it was the 25th. Is it the 25th Bond movie?
Yes.
So it might be a big deal. I don't know.
Yeah, who
25th
knows?
anniversary.
They never really-
It's
special.
not an anniversary.
They've
but,
never
like-
really done anything.
I know
I
they
don't think it's
haven't.
going to motivate
No.
anyone to step up their game.
No, I just wish it did.
Yeah.
It's wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Spectre sucked.
Well, and where?
Did.
Well, I don't know. I haven't watched it in a long time, but where else did they leave it to go? Like, because didn't they kind of tell the Daniel
No.
Craig story
Yeah,
part
not-
of it and wrapped it sort of
He
up?
went off with the girl that was young enough to be his daughter.
That's every Bond movie.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Fair.
people were saying to me, it's different.
It's
There's-
not.
but it's
It's
not.
not.
He-
They already did it.
Yeah, he's already married someone before, and yeah.
And she dies. That's
Yeah.
the
Oh,
storyline.
Bond marrying someone doesn't mean jack.
No.
He just goes off and does his own thing anyway.
Yeah, so they're together, so maybe we'll see relationships.
No, it'll
No, they
open
won't.
with her being dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. she'll
Or
die
he'll
in
just
the fir-
leave.
She'll die in
Yeah.
the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's how the first Dalton movie opens, isn't
Yeah,
it? Because
something
Yeah,
like
it does.
Because
Yep.
Roger Moore marries someone at the end of
Yeah.
his, and then the first Dalton movie opens with her dead and they're at the
Yeah.
funeral. Yeah.
That's right.
But Cary Fukunaga directed every episode of the first season of True Detective.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so his name, I
Damn.
think his name's sort of the ultimate thing before you see the True Detective.
Like the logo.
Intro?
Yeah.
Cool.
Last but not least, on the news, we have the announcement that they're going to do Space Jam 2. with
Oh,
LeBron James.
thank God.
Why are you all so excited?
24 years I've been
You
waiting
need to
for this.
rewatch it
Yeah.
before
I
you
did
can
though.
comment.
I did though.
It's
That's
a-
what made me not like it.
It's amazing.
It's the fact that I
It's
grew up.
amazing.
It's the fact that I grew
No,
up.
you
okay?
shouldn't. You should not grow up when it comes to Space Jam.
It's a shit movie. I liked it as a
Right.
kid. Yeah, it is.
It
It's a
Yeah,
crap movie.
It's a crap movie,
It's
but
so
still.
good. It's good.
Yeah.
though.
I disagree
No.
wholeheartedly. I mean, Come On and Slam is a great song.
I'm excited to see LeBron act again.
What else has LeBron been in?
I like
He
the
was
way you
in-
said it again.
He was in
Oh, the
something.
first time was so
It's
good.
some like romantic comedy I watched, and I was like,
Was
"Who the
it?
hell?" Oh,
I think you're right, actually, yeah.
Trainwreck. I think is
Was
it?
he in Trainwreck?
Yeah.
You're thinking of Hugh Grant. It's a very...
Because I was like, "Who is this guy?" And then one of my friends who loves basketball was like, "That's LeBron James," and I was like, "Oh."
You know what I'm really excited for? I have not seen the Looney Tunes crew in so long.
Yeah.
They have
Haven't
not
you
done
really?
anything.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have.
same.
They still do the show.
Yeah, but it's very different.
It's a very different show,
Yeah.
but they still do the cartoon.
Yeah, but I haven't.
It's not really on TV here very much.
Yeah, not really.
Doesn't
I
seem
watch Saturday Disney, good sir.
Oh,
It's
is
on
it on
TV.
Saturday
Yeah,
Disney
it
still?
is.
It-
It's actually it's a very adult.
How is it on Saturday Disney? It's not Disney.
I can't remember. They just take.
They
Oh no,
put-
sorry, it's on Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers Kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe on
okay.
WB.
Yeah, same thing. But same time
Didn't
slot
you
and
just
everything.
say you've grown up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In some facets of the other.
Yeah.
Honestly, the show it's surprising. It's got some surprising adult
I remember
humor.
seeing an episode. I think it was last year, and going, "This is really adult."
It is very
Like,
adult.
It's like there was barely anything for
Daffy,
kids.
put it down.
'Cause
Stop doing that.
Because
Oh,
there's a
Daffy.
thing that Bugs and Lola are basically married.
Banging.
I think. Yeah,
Banging
but
hard.
Lola thinks Bugs
They are
is cheating,
rabbits.
and there's a whole episode dealing with like adultery. It's
Jesus.
great. Yeah, it's
Oh my
great.
god.
It's
Oh,
awesome. But
see-
it's actually still pretty funny to be
I thought they
honest.
disappeared. I honestly did. I honestly had no idea that they were still going.
No, it's still going.
Because I
And
know
it's
they
still
did
pretty
the
good.
Looney Tunes Babies one.
Yeah,
I
that
can't-
was there for a while.
I
When
kind
I
of
was-
like
That is a whole different type of adult. That goes in deep dark. Into the-
Oh, no.
I thought
into
that was
the
a cute
pockets
show.
of-
That was
Oh,
a cute show.
See, and you say you grew up.
Yeah, shut up. I'm a growing hypocrisy over here.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, the show it's still around and it's still doing pretty well.
Cartoons are weird. Has anyone seen that episode of SpongeBob SquarePants where they go on the panty raid?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
We watched.
It's not okay.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's
It
really
shouldn't
It's really
be
not. SpongeBob has a lot of surreal episodes.
It
that
got messed up pretty
It did.
late on. Yeah.
I saw one where SpongeBob was doing thumbs up to everyone, and like the thumb became sentient, and then and then the thumbs up started to not mean anything because he did it to so many people. But then
That's
his thumb
so-
broke, and like it was
That
really.
sounds scary.
It was-
is.
yeah.
It's really surreal and weird.
They do go to some weird surreal imagery and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
disturbing.
remember it never used to be that surreal, but
No,
then,
it was
like,
just funny.
Yeah, and now it's everything they did was like
like-
really.
I think
over
they
the top.
found their market very
Yeah.
quickly.
Stoners.
Kind of like Adventure
Stoners.
Time. Yeah.
A lot of
it's
people
not-
writing 3-page letters. SpongeBob's changed my life, man.
But then you go back to like the first season. There's an episode about him driving a rock.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
That's
true.
great. Or
Yeah.
delivering a pizza.
yeah.
They're actually great.
I found that haven't they stopped it now though?
I don't know.
After
It's
so many-
ending,
yeah,
yeah.
it's ending. After
If it
so
hasn't
many
already
years.
ended,
They're doing
is
it- they did
ending.
Is it still going?
It's still going.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still going. Okay.
Tom Kenny is a busy man.
He is. He really is. But they're finally ending it, but then I'm not sure what Nickelodeon will have. I think
Yeah, it'll just be
Nickelodeon.
dead.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot, yeah.
I think this is Nickelodeon's death rattle, really.
Yeah.
We're just okay.
I don't know
They'll
what.
still air SpongeBob. There just won't be new content. It'll just be a blank title card or something saying
SpongeBob.
just stay tuned.
It'll be the theme song over and over again for 20 minutes.
But back to
I'm
Space
sure
Jam.
that's a real
No.
episode.
Probably.
Back to Space Jam.
Yeah,
the
it's
only thing
happening.
with it is with Space Jam 2. Yeah, all you can say is it's happening. The only thing is like they're just gonna repeat the first one,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
which is just gonna be crap.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
I
I
don't
look
know.
forward to
I'll watch
That's
it
what I'm
again.
saying.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's Michael Jordan. I can't imagine LeBron James being any better than Michael Jordan.
I think they'll be
Yeah.
about the same, and I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
okay.
to that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think acting quality, Michael Jordan's not,
Oh, not
better
like
at acting.
not so much acting quality, just personality,
Charisma,
wise.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or lack thereof.
Oh, Michael Jordan.
LeBron.
Yeah, Michael Jordan did have some, that's true.
LeBron was good in Smallfoot, which I saw the other day.
Ah, so Matt's doing the segues
Yeah.
now.
I thought it was open for me.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. We'll go into this.
What's the basketball move where you
Passing?
Pass?
Yeah. Passing is the answer to that.
And now I'm going to throw the ball into the
Shoot.
basket.
It's shoot.
What was that?
Yeah, no, LeBron was. I didn't realize it was him until I saw the end credits.
So, what character is he in Smallfoot?
The Yeti thing?
No, that's,
He is a Yeti.
Oh.
No, Channing Tatum.
Isn't
Channing Tatum's the Yeti.
Yeah.
Aren't most
Channing-
people Yetis?
Yeah, most of them are Yetis. Channing Tatum's the main Yeti, and LeBron James is third Yeti from the top. Not in terms of rank, just in terms of star billing.
Right, okay.
So, do you want to give us a quick recap of Smallfoot?
Well, Smallfoot was. I went in expecting sort of. In my review of Ferdinand on film-bunker.com.
Is there a hyphen in there?
Yeah, we
Oh,
couldn't get the
Thanks,
domain.
Ben.
I go to the site regularly.
In Ferdinand, there seem to be two type of kids movies. There's ones that appreciate children and maybe get shown on the Disney streaming services, and then you have films that are just like waka waka waka, and they just like to make noise and flash things in
Quick
front of
movement,
kids,
that sort of
very
stuff.
very
Yeah.
quick. And Smallfoot was very fast paced to its detriment, I would say. It's got some witty lines and doesn't give them a real good chance to breathe. But in terms of theme and message and all those kind of things you'd appreciate about a children's movie, it was surprisingly appropriate for the times. I was expecting it to sort of be, hey, I'm a Yeti, here's a little tiny human, da 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 da. There was a bit more to it. It had a message, very anti-religion message, which I thought was very
cool.
strong,
Risky.
Interesting.
to put into children's faces. You know, as I was lining up for the screening, kids are getting their little snow cones. Like, I hope this movie doesn't make me question God's existence. Sucked in, little girl. Yeah, it was quite thoughtful. Channing Tatum is not spectacular as a voice actor.
That sucks.
I can't think of anything else he's done. Voice acting.
I don't think he has.
He's not awful. Like, he's not bad. I think in my review I said that he does a musical number that's neither really good or that you'd be particularly embarrassed by.
He's just middle of the road.
Very serviceable, and he's taken a chance doing it. I mean, because he's known for his looks. So
Yeah.
to take away everything about that and put it into a Yeti is pretty daring. And he does all right. And there's James Corden's in it. I'm not a Corden fan.
No, I mean,
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
I never was. Like, I feel like his shtick just pissed me off. Like,
Yeah.
It does now,
it's
yeah.
kind of unlovable. I'm like,
Would you compare him to Piglet and say that he's a little bitch? I realised that I liked the movie more than I thought I was going to when I saw his name on there, and it bothered me because it made me happy. And I don't like Corden making me happy. I was like, damn you, Corden. It's a very, very bitter and weird experience going to this movie. LeBron's pretty good. Like, he's actually quite... he's got one of those typical animated characters where he says a couple of lines like, hey, how you doing?
Great script.
You know that line.
Fantastic.
That sort of stuff. He doesn't have to do any real heavy lifting emotionally, but he does. He that charisma that you need to play. I was going to say play Michael Jordan. He's not going to be playing Michael Jordan, but that charisma you need to not supplant Michael Jordan, just fill in. It's still Michael Jordan.
Because it's going to be it'll be as if they're going to make a new story for Space Jam.
No, it's going to be stupid.
It's just going to be the same.
Yeah, you got to save the Earth by playing a basketball game.
I mean,
I'm going to make a really weird prediction. I think it's going to do something different.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I reckon it will as well.
I reckon it's going to, like,
Play
subvert
tennis?
everyone's expectations.
Oh my God, it's gonna be tennis?
It's going to be basketball. We're going to get LeBron's like, finally, he's dribbling a basketball. This is my chance to bring my talents to the screen. They hand him a badminton racket. What do I do with this? I think in terms of plot, it's going to do something that's going to make people go, okay, I was not expecting that.
Well,
I
I
would
guess,
not be surprised.
I guess now, because thinking about the new Looney Tunes and how it's become more adult, they might take it in a more adult direction. Generally,
Well,
I want to
keep
hear your
it-
specific predictions now. I'm really interested because I was like, oh well, if it's not basketball,
It's
But
going
that's
to
what
be
it's gonna be
basketball. It won't be aliens. You'll think it's aliens.
It'll be robots.
And it will be like
It'll be AI. It'll be
iPhones.
AI.
the Catholic
Human AI.
Church or something. It's gonna have some sort of like what? Oh, Donald Trump does. Like it'll have some weirdly on the nose.
But the most important part, will Bill Murray be in it?
I hope so.
Yeah, I want him to
essential.
come in again.
Bill
yeah.
Murray's in everything if you look closely enough.
Yeah.
He'll be in this somewhere.
So, but going back to Smallfoot, in the end, do you actually quite like the movie?
I think it's more an important movie
Okay.
than a good movie. It goes too fast. It doesn't give itself enough room. I don't really want to see it again, having already seen it, but I think it's something that parents would get something out of.
And it gets its message across in the end.
It gets it across so on the nose. I started to bleed, and I agreed with the message, and I was like, "Why did this movie punch me in the face?" It doesn't leave too much to the imagination, but it was fine.
Okay.
Cool. Pretty good.
Yeah.
So do we want to go into this week's bunker battle?
Sure.
Nah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Let's do the news again.
Can we just repeat it all over?
Yeah. No, that's easy because then I can just cut that part out and just
Oh,
yeah.
You suck. You suck.
You don't even have to do it again.
www.youtube.com/FilmBunker for 10 hours.
That would be a nightmare.
The upload time would be
No,
insane.
Not even that. I just mean trying to listen to
that.
Have you ever tried to listen to any of those for 10 hours videos?
Oh, I like the cat one.
Is it Nyan Cat?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nyan Cat.
I did that as well.
I did the 10-hour one.
I did that one as well. It drove me
You
insane.
didn't do it for 10 hours.
No, I think I muted it after an hour and a half, which is better than I thought I would, because that's a psychotic sound to hear for like an hour. Probably explains a lot about my character.
I think you could get through it if you fell asleep or died.
No, it gets to a point where it just becomes the normal noise, and that's the more concerning part. So just-
Life without it doesn't make sense
well,
anymore.
just anything that makes a noise differently doesn't make that
Your
noise.
mum
It's just the
rings and
cat.
you're like,
Nya, 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 nya. Hello? Nya, 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 nya.
what are you doing, Ben? What are you doing? Trust me, Mum, I need to do this. It's the only way I can hear you anymore.
The accuracy in what you're saying is too true, unfortunately.
But going back to the bunker battle.
Yeah, sorry.
What we do is we take a look at movies and we decide what should be stored in a bunker after the world is destroyed, most likely by Trump, as I say every week. And Karen, what are we going to decide against?
Well, after 2 weeks of long, hard thinking on this, because I tried to put 7 up against something, but it wasn't worthy, so we took 7 and we're like,
That's
what can we
right.
put it up against? 7 vs. Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh.
I think that's quite close.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Alphabetically, too.
Well, it depends how you categorize
You're not,
seven.
you're not monsters. That,
No, 7, the movie is
spelt
spelled with
I know, but some monster could put it in like with the numbers at the start or the end of the alphabet.
Well, they're just
Yeah,
wrong.
I would
I
kill
know.
them.
Psychotic. one might
LeBron starts with an upside down 7.
That was a bad joke.
say. That was a great joke. That was awesome. That was awesome.
I would vote 7 still.
Well, still on the alphabetical. I was thinking more silence and 7 because you can't be a monster and class things with the. You can't count. You can't be a monster.
I used to be one of
I
those
agree
people,
with
but then I
that.
grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be like that. Now I'm
Now I'm making- yeah,
ignore
you-
the the.
Yeah,
Because then if you
definitely.
go to T, it's useless. There's
T is all- yeah.
You know?
100%.
This is important.
This is important.
This is important on a movie podcast.
It's absolutely categorizing your movies is important.
Yeah, you need to have your DVDs in the right spot.
Yeah. Ignore the.
Yeah.
The LeBron James.
What are we doing?
Screw the movies.
What is
Let's
this
talk about
podcast?
categorizations. This is great.
THE.
I'm going to go with
Yeah,
7.
you start with someone. Start with start with the
tried.
actual argument.
Yeah,
I
Kelsey
wanted
tried.
it.
Kelsey tried.
I know.
I'm
Try
going to go with
again.
7. Brad Pitt's amazing in it. So is Kevin Spacey. It's great. I just prefer it over Silence of the Lambs in the end. So I'm going to go with 7.
I'm probably also going to go with 7. I love Silence of the Lambs, but I was disturbed more by 7. Silence of the Lambs is kind of
Especially
memed
when
now.
the stories about Spacey came out.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's I found that, the direction's brilliant and everything's brilliant about it, and Silence of the Lambs is meme to me now. Like, it puts lotion on its skin
yeah.
is funny to me
yeah.
now, and I
Really?
can't watch
Is it really?
Yeah.
Still pretty messed
Yeah,
up.
it hasn't
it's
gotten
still
funny for me
Still
yet.
pretty messed up. Yeah.
No,
It's just a meme.
it's
though.
just me. It just got me.
It's
I
been
don't know.
used-
Where do you get your memes?
It's been used in so
Literally, it's a
many
meme between me and
On
my
the
mother.
side.
Okay, that's
So
okay, right.
it's even worse. Like, if anyone looks a little bit creepy, we just say it puts the lotion on its skin, and we start laughing, and it's
It's also been parodied.
yeah,
so
so
Yeah.
I know it
it's
has,
the subject
yeah.
of like
Yeah.
a lot of
It-
parody.
But
Yeah.
so
It
seven
almost
to a
lost
bit
its
to be fair.
meaning.
I mean,
not
it's-
anywhere to the
What's in the
story.
box?
yeah.
Yeah, what's in the box? What's in the box?
But that's so well executed, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, whereas like the puts a lotion on skin like is a main thing in Joe Dirt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where they parody
Yeah.
it. It's
Family,
just,
Yeah.
Family Guy's done it.
Yeah, Family Guy's done it.
And like
Everyone's
the
done it.
weird like little thing
Yeah.
he does. Yeah.
Hello, Clarice.
Yeah, Clarice.
That's still a creepy sound, though.
Yeah,
God
Matt
damn.
does it too well.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie.
Jeez.
No, I Silence of the Lambs. It does have the difficulty with younger audiences of it's so well known. It now kind of prefaces itself, and you can't. Oh, this is from this movie. You can't get organically scared by it the same way as you might have been able to. Seven's got a really cool aesthetic. Fincher does a really good job directing it. The acting's great. Morgan Freeman is... The whole movie I was worried about him, yet I felt secure because he was there, and it's this really weird give and take relationship the film has where everyone feels that they're in jeopardy all the time. Whereas Silence of the Lambs, it didn't, despite its reputation and its status, which you have to respect, it doesn't quite get me the same way. I've got to go 7.
Well, I was going to go 7, but I mean, it's getting unanimous, and that's getting kind of annoying. Doesn't really matter. I'll go 7. I don't really care about either movie. I don't.
Ben,
Oh,
you grew up wrong, man. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
ugh.
I never watched scary movies or even thrillers or things like that.
Or enjoyed Space Jam.
No,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it when I was a kid. Thank you very much.
I think we just need to have like a movie day for Ben. We'll
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
him all, like the things
Education
from
day.
the bunker that he
We'll
hasn't
go-
actually
we'll-
watched.
We'll just go through S. Space Jam, 7, Silence of the Lambs, LeBron James.
Sure, yeah, I picked 7, whatever. I just like the
Sure.
concept of it, honestly.
It's a really
the concept's
yeah, for
really
sure.
cool.
Mhm.
The concept's great.
It was the first R movie I ever got,
Huh.
and I was so excited just to because I'd heard the idea like a killer kills people according to the Seven
Deadly Sins, yeah.
I was
So-
like jacking off going to the video.
yeah, it was
store.
really cool, and it's horrifying.
Thanks for that imagery.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dear
Thanks,
listener,
Matt.
dear listener, thank goodness this is an audio format.
No. I will say, I guess, is I haven't really seen it either. I'd be more inclined to watch 7, because that just seems like the far more interesting
Yeah.
movie to me.
That's fair.
So I'll pick 7.
Anthony Hopkins is so good.
He
He's
is,
so
Yeah.
good.
but I feel like it's his movie, and that's all that it's
Oh no,
got,
Jodie
really.
Foster's
Jodie
great.
Foster's
Oh, yeah, Jodie
Jodie,
Foster's
yeah.
great too,
Yeah.
but still, it's like the actual movie itself.
Silence of the Lambs is a goddamn classic.
It is. It's a
Yeah.
masterpiece.
The
Yeah.
source material's so good, but I'm going with 7 because it's a cooler movie. So
That's it.
It's just cool.
I feel really bad now because Silence of the Lambs is like a masterpiece, and we're just
Yeah.
like, oh, that shit.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
Well, it's
it's
not about
great.
it being shit. It's just about.
I think it's
one
not
just
as
Well,
good,
I
yeah.
think it's very interesting because I wouldn't have expected a wash for this.
No.
No,
No, me
neither.
neither.
Me neither.
I thought
I think it's just old, honestly.
I
Silence
mean,
of the Lambs.
7 also has a better villain, I feel like, than Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh.
it was.
No,
I would
don't
agree.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
No,
not
I
including-
would agree. I would agree.
I'm not including.
No, Hannibal Lecter
I'm
is
not including
really
Hannibal.
Oh,
a
right.
He's
villain.
not the villain. I'm talking about. I can't remember.
The
the
Buffalo Bill.
country
Buffalo
Yeah,
Bill,
right,
yeah.
right, okay.
They're like,
Okay.
yeah, I can agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Oh, but he does chuck his dick and dance to goodbye horses. Like, that's pretty cool.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah,
Your criteria is weird.
my criteria.
You're only working this out now.
Hang on, I just started listening to you, Matt. You can say some weird things. Kevin Spacey's performance in that is very surprise. Like it really does kind of come out from nowhere. I mean, don't think it was advertised in the film
No.
production
no,
or
it wasn't.
anything. So it's just this. It's kind of cool how there's this villain that just kind of appears and emerges.
Supplants himself into like
Yeah.
the plot
Yeah.
as the
Yeah.
character and not just the mystery.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that does a very good job of that. And I would have expected Silence of the Lambs to win in almost that kind of stop cachet. This is the authoritative view. Silence of the Lambs is a great movie.
So
Way.
over status and nothing else.
Yeah,
really.
but
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting that all
Yeah,
of us
no, we're a
people.
bunch of punks.
Yeah.
Fuck the system.
Yeah.
A bunch of millennials.
Oh, hello, fellow students or people of my age bracket. That it's nice that we all agree that 7, and it's interesting. I think this is
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll agree with that.
So Se7en's in the bunker, and I think we'll wrap it up for this week. It's been a bit of a shorter one, but, you know, there hasn't been any movies out, so whatever. And we'll see.
Fuck it.
So fuck it, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's no movie, so you don't get content. Sorry.
Exactly. Give us more movies, production studios. Give us more movies.
Give us good movies.
Yeah, that's a better. That's a better
don't just say movies.
You don't want that.
We'll take anything in S.
And we will see you guys next time. Catch you then.
Bye.
So, LeBron James.